Welcome to the Story-Eyed Podcast. My name is Brendan.
And I'm Jen. On this show, we talk about all things Williams syndrome. We're excited to share our community with you. Thanks for being here.
Hey everybody, producer Joel here. Quick intro on today's episode. It is part 2 with Nick Doris, who heads up the WSA's wellness and mindfulness programming. He, in this episode, takes Jen and Brendan through some of the specifics of how he leads some wellness exercises, as well as a discussion on anxiety and dealing with that. I think you're really going to enjoy it. I know that Brendan and Jennifer did. And then after, we're going to have a few more interviews from the WSA's Adventure Seeker Cruise from back in June. You're going to hear me talk to Holly Griffin from Canada and Dagmar Hakonandottir from Iceland. They joined us on the cruise. They were really wonderful. And then you're going to hear from Nathan Carlton from the good old US of A. So enjoy those interviews, and we will see you in a couple weeks with a brand new episode. Okay, bye now.
Hi, I'm Morgan Jane Starkman. I am the daughter of Greg and Joanne Starkman from Inner Sense Organic Beauty, and I'm so happy to tell you something really special. The Hair Renew Scalp Hair Bath and the Hair Renew Soothing Conditioner from Inner Sense Organic Beauty. These clean, safe products help take care of your scalp and hair. They make your scalp feel calm and renewed. I love how they make me feel cared for, and I think you'll love these products too. Let's take care of our scalp and hair together. Try them today and save 15% on your first purchase with my code Morgan15 at InnerSenseBeauty.com.
There's a special kind of feeling that, Jen, you might be able to explain it, when you meet the love of your life, right? And they come into your life and they shine this light on you that just makes you feel like, you've been seen in a way that you've never been seen before. No shadows anymore. Like everything is out in the open. I feel that kind of way. 1, with my partner, Lobster Bird, 100% every single time they look at me. 2, with my little dog. And 3, every single time I step into any Williams syndrome community event, online, in person, even watching the podcasts. I feel that there's this sparkle of light that just like comes right at you, and it's just like, why was I upset? I think it's because it doesn't matter. Right. It doesn't matter because like the light just kind of erased it. And that for me is like ultimate wellness. Right? When you figure out what that light is for you, Brendan, for you, is it, sitting with you and your mom, music is like 100% a big part of your life, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. Music is everything and anything to me. It's not, do I only love listening to it, I also love playing music, and it's, brought me so many different really cool opportunities. Yeah, very grateful.
So would it be that light for you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But like for you, Brendan, like what are the other things that you do, right? Because it's like, I loved what you said, Nick, because it's not just one thing, right? Mm-hmm. You gotta have like a toolbox of several things that you use, because sometimes some things work or sometimes they don't work as strong, right? Like you have to have a few things. So what are your other things that you lean on when you feel anxiety?
I do a lot of square breathing.
Breathing, yeah.
Yeah. Square breathing is where you take a deep breath in, hold it for you close your eyes, hold it for 4 seconds, breathe out very slowly and repeat it 4 or 5 different times. I also like to do yoga. I also like listening to really calming music. Self-affirmations like, hey, things are going to be fine. You're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. It's not the end of the world. Things like that.
Right, I forgot you told me you recently do yoga. He just told me last podcast he did yoga, and I was shocked because how did I know for 3 years that you did yoga?
Yeah, that's a lot of people that have these practices, unless you ask somebody what they are for them, you might never know.
Right.
But I think for me, when I was at camp, when I do direct support work for people, I ask the person that I'm providing the support for, but I also ask the community around them. What have
Yeah.
you noticed that this person, what type of support do they need in this moment? If
Hmm.
they're upset, if they're hungry or hangry.
Mm, hangry.
I mean, do they need a Snickers or do they need a smoothie? Like,
Or a Reese's.
oh, that was one of my favorites growing up.
Yep.
But now it's dates. I love dates. They're so yummy. Dates and figs.
Okay.
Me too.
Right.
But food can be that too. But like Jen, I love that you brought up the toolbox, and it's important to have not just one tool in your toolbox. If you
Yeah.
become dependent on just one tool, that tool isn't going to last forever, right? Eventually, it's going to break.
Yeah.
So having a few different tools and then learning how to take care of your relationship with those tools, having good check-ins. One of my favorite check-ins that we do in my relationship with LB, I've been teaching it to my friends and family. I taught it just recently on Wellness Wednesday. And we also did it at convention, which is a Fab C. You guys heard of a Fab C?
No,
Really?
no, what is it?
No, okay. All right. So Fab C is your feelings about something, your belief about those feelings,
Okay.
and then a choice on how you are choosing to like move forward, right? Jen, would you like to bust a Fab C?
About what? Oh, I could. I
You
have so
can
many.
you can choose any feeling. I mean, you can talk about your daughter.
Yeah.
You could talk about traffic that you were in earlier. You could talk about your breakfast, whatever it is.
Oh man. Okay, so we're gonna use me as an example. Ooh, that makes me nervous. Well, like so Stella has a lot, like I was saying, a lot of anxiety, and her anxiety manifests as anger.
Yeah.
So it's like I notice that like when there is, and you can tell me how to do the fab C.
Let's take a pause.
Okay.
We're gonna start just with a feeling.
Okay.
One
Feeling.
feeling. It could be a one word,
Anger.
like angry.
Okay, angry. Yes.
You're feeling angry about what?
Stella, I'll say like an example last night. So Stella was feeling angry.
Oh no, we're not. Stella's not doing this. You are.
Oh, I thought you said I could do Stella. Okay.
No,
Okay.
you
Am
could
I?
talk about your daughter. Like you're angry that your daughter did something last night.
Oh no, no. Okay, maybe my feeling, I kind of live in a state of worry. So we'll say my feeling
So
of
worried about Stella?
Stella. Mm-hmm.
Why do you believe you're worried about Stella?
Because I do know that she is a spicy person who can get angry. And so my worry for her is that people don't understand her anger, that it's anxiety.
Okay. So let's take it back real quick and then we're going to get into the choice.
Okay.
You're feeling worried
Mm-hmm.
about Stella.
Mm-hmm.
What was it about Stella that you're worried about?
That
That people don't understand her?
because she's angry, like her anxiety manifests as anger, that people don't understand her.
So this is another part of this practice is active listening. It sometimes can be hard, especially
Yep.
when we're doing this is your first Fab C and you're doing great. This is hard. So you're feeling worried about Stella getting angry and you believe you're worried because people don't understand her anger.
Yes.
So what do you choose to do about that?
Ugh. Well, so the one thing that I've been doing is really trying to help educate people to understand that it's not. I was like, we should have a shirt made that says like, I'm not angry, I'm just anxious.
I like that.
And so in all those in experiences, like it might be me talking to people, like if I see her do it with somebody, it might be me talking to her about it and making sure like we're like, well, when you're feeling anxious, it's okay to tell people that you're anxious, right? Versus just like screaming or being mean to people. Like one example is like if people are running in the hall, she'll tell them to like slow the down. You're gonna have to bleep that out. And it's like, well, she's not trying to be mean and just like hall monitor you. She's doing it because she's anxious, right? So
it's like my little dog will bark at someone when they're running past them. Yeah.
Yeah, Stella is like the equivalent of your little dog, probably.
You want to meet Joey?
Yeah.
Yes.
First, we gotta hear the full Fab C.
Okay.
And
That's my
I
choice.
want you at the
Educate.
end to be specific.
Okay.
Say exactly what you choose to do, and
Okay.
make it simple. And you know, you got this. All right,
So my
Jen.
choice
Let's
is
hear
to
your
educate.
Fab C.
Okay. So my whole
Feeling, about, belief, choice. Whole thing.
okay. So my feeling is I'm worried about Stella and people understanding her anxiety manifests as anger, or her anger manifests as anxiety, whichever one. See, I'm messing it up. Gosh,
No,
Nick.
no, no, no. You're doing great.
No,
Keep
no,
going.
no. You're good. You're good. Keep going. Keep going.
What's the B? Do I have to say the B?
Your belief about the.
Oh, yes. My belief is that she is anxious, not angry. And so my choice is to help her and others understand when those scenarios happen, that they're anxiety, not anger.
Awesome. So that's it.
Did I
That's a
fail?
Fab C.
Did I
You
fail?
did it. No, you
Big
did
break.
it. You get to see JoJo.
Okay. Yay. Okay, good.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, yep.
Jojo. Hi, Poppy.
Before you even, as soon as you said that JoJo was anxious, I knew it was a Chihuahua.
JoJo's a taco terrier. Yeah.
Uh,
Really, like, it's been such a blessing. JoJo teaches me more and more about how to show up for people.
Yes.
And, you know, I gotta ask though, Jen, like, after sharing your first Fab C, are you feeling, well, here's the thing. You could share as many feelings as you want.
Yeah.
You can get more in depth. Be sure when you are doing it that you either ask for consent to do it, because just like sharing your feelings with somebody without asking for consent first can get very messy very fast.
Yeah.
Or if somebody, you know, is like, hey, you need to share Fab C. Would you like to share Fab C? Then you're like, yes, I am ready. Or, hey, no, I need to like wait until I know exactly what I'm feeling to be able to do that. Process your feelings. And then if you also like are with somebody that is like someone that helps you process feelings sometimes, like that could be a parent. I process my feelings with my parents all the time. Is asking them to actively listen. So when they're actively listening to you, they're repeating back to you exactly what you're saying. They might write it down, they might record it, you know, whatever. But sometimes it's really helpful to like hear yourself, you know, what you're feeling and what you're choosing to do. That is the biggest part. You're setting yourself up for success when you proclaim what you're choosing to do.
Yeah.
Right?
I really like that too because like you probably could figure it out, but I also have really bad anxiety. And so like just thinking for myself, like sometimes we just get like worried about the thing, the problem. And by taking control and saying, here's my choice on how I'm going to handle my worry, right? Or my feeling. I think that that's helpful. It's going to be something that I try with Stella because I do think that we just get stuck in our problems. I think that's like a human nature thing, but I think also in the Williams syndrome population, like getting out of, you know, feeling swirl and into like, what are we going to do about that? That helps bring the anxiety down.
And I will 100% proclaim that I did not make this up. I did not learn this from any like professional teacher of this. Lobsterbird actually was working as a wilderness guide for young adults, like I guess people between the age of like 13 to like 18.
Yeah.
And they were using this in wilderness therapy. And it was a part of like, you know, they're going on these hikes and when they get to certain points, they would stop and they would create a fire and make food and set up their campsite and they would bust Fab Cs. And you have to like, you know, share Fab C to process everything that's happening, right? I mean, I've been to like 20 or 30, you know, therapists or been in like classes where people are like, you got to journal about stuff. That doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, like some people can write down all of their feelings and then like empty it. Look, I've had this journal right here probably for at least 10 years. And there's still empty pages in it, you guys. Like it's probably not even halfway full.
Yeah.
That's not my way. My way is relating with other people in community. That's how I process. Sometimes it's good to process things on your own in a yoga class. Like if you're doing a yoga position, that's you processing things on your own. All right. That is complicated sometimes. They're going to ask you to stick your foot somewhere way back there and like take a deep breath in, and you're going to be shaking, and then your arms are going to be going over here and over there. But, the fact is that you did it, and you did it your way, and be proud of that. And every single time you continue to show up and do more and more of that, that's when it becomes your therapy or your practice that like helps you process things. At first, it's not going to be that. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to balance on one foot. It's going to be hard to balance on 2 feet in some of the things that they have you do. But the more that you do it, the more you find your balance in it, right? Not somebody else's, yours. When we did yoga classes at Camp Blue Skies, one of my favorite ways to teach the class was allowing every student in the class to teach their own pose.
Yes. Yeah.
So much fun. And you know what? We would actually let them name the pose too. All right. So we had some really silly named poses. We had some really just simple named poses, like one arm in the air pose. And just doing that, simplifying it as much as we could, allowed somebody to have an experience that they thought they would never have. When I first started teaching yoga, so many people looked at me sideways, being like, I could never do that. And all I was doing was asking them to touch their toes. I didn't think it was that hard, right? I mean, but for some people, yes, touching your toes can be very hard.
Really hard.
Physically, it can be very difficult. But there's modifications that the right teacher or coach can help you get to that point. Yeah. So all that kind of circles back to just say that like in this space that we're in, we're all coaching each other, right? Like my wellness isn't everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah.
I'm going to invite everybody to my tea party though.
Yeah.
And if they don't like it, they can bring their own tea. I have another teapot. We can, I'll try their wellness. So eventually, once the digital and the physical kind of meet, I do plan on bringing that aspect back in.
Okay.
I do appreciate so much, and maybe Brendan, we could get to do it this month, right? With Mindfulness Monday, bringing that together. It's another level, It's harder to do that with the youngins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a little easier with the adults.
Yeah.
Me personally, I like involving somebody else other than me.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a little bit more of an opportunity to focus on that person, while then I can come over here and coach, right?
Yeah.
So I can kind of like say, y'all see how Brendan's like knocked this out of the park with, like an encore of how he handled that episode on the train with people gossiping, and kind of, honor him in the way that he handled it, but then break it down in a way that everybody else can understand it. And doing that in live action, it seems like people are able to consume that a little bit easier, and then sticks with them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so if people want to join, if they're listening to this and they're like, yes, I want to like sign up to learn more about what you're doing. So it's Mondays and Wednesdays. They have to do it through the Seekers page. Is that where you go live?
Yeah. So in the Facebook group, we go live on the Adventure Seekers page. There's a whole way, and Joel, I might need your support in this, that it's set up where you have to go and register before.
Right.
And then the registration will then, I think, send you like a reminder, hey, we're meeting today.
Yeah. We also need that in this community. We need the reminders.
We all need reminders, and I so love them. And Joel's shared with us that all the information is on the Williams Syndrome on the Adventure Seekers Facebook page. And then also you can go to www.williamsyndrome.org/Wellness Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I think even for me, I know, so the cutoff, right? Or I guess the age range is 16 up.
Yeah, sure. But if somebody with a 13-year-old wanted to come in with their mom or dad or their caregiver, I would be fine with that. Honestly, for me, I think that in the past few classes that we've had people there with their caregiver.
Okay.
And I'm going to include them. They might be off camera, but I'm going to somehow figure out a way to get them involved, because it's just helpful for us to practice things before we are told to like, for me personally, it was like, always go home and do your homework. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
like I need to do this in the classroom right now with you. Otherwise it's not going to get done.
Yeah.
Like,
There it
it
is.
has to be done here. You understand, Brendan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you have somebody at home that can like reinforce what you guys are talking about, right,
Mhm.
in your sessions, it is helpful because we all know, what do they say like about habits, right? Like, so all these things that we're talking about in terms of how you manage your feelings or your anxieties or whatever, it's you have to develop habits, right? Like you can't just be like, I do yoga and I do yoga once and then I'm like upset because it's not working, right? You have to like really commit to doing it continually. I think it's like what do they say about habits? You have to do it for like 1 million years to make it a habit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Well,
Google it right now.
I Google it, but I do agree that like, for me, I haven't, just like I talked to you guys earlier about church. I hadn't
Yeah,
been able to find a church that I feel comfortable at. So prayer is my way of feeling like I'm in church. I haven't found a yoga studio. So
yeah,
my way of doing yoga sometimes is studying certain breath work or actually getting on my mat and doing some stretches. Or, sometimes I just do stretches like when I'm just kind of hanging out and like it makes me feel so much better. Don't put a box around something that can't be boxed up, right? Like
Right.
these practices have been boxed up by certain people in society so that they can sell it to you. This is not something that you have to go out and buy.
Right.
You
okay, so
can
Joel
find
says,
wellness within yourself.
right, yeah, so Joel says 10,000 hours for 66 days. I'm reading anywhere from 30 days to 6 months. So it takes a long time. It takes a long
Yeah.
time, and you have to do something every day or somewhat consistently to like put it into practice, right? So, like you were saying, Nick, like enforcing those things and having a caregiver that can say, like, well, remember when we were on the call, you did your FAPC, right? Like, I mean, that I think is really helpful to then change your mindset and put that tool in your toolbox, right? Like, then it has a
Yeah.
permanent spot in there.
It does. It's
Yeah.
so great that you notice that and like you're a special parent
I
because no,
am a
for real
special
though,
parent,
you are,
special,
and like
especially
you've been
a hot
touched by
mess.
a special child in a way that like that you need to show up like the way that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I appreciate about the parents that I got to meet while I was at convention. It is really amazing how the whole family comes together and creates a community to support that 10,000 hours or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
To get somebody to that point of saying like, I want to be doing this on stage one day, or I want to be able to go to the grocery store without having to wear a hoodie and sunglasses and headphones and, being afraid of the checkout line. Like there's ways that we can work through these processes together, but
Yeah.
without knowing what somebody really wants to do, and how they want to feel in it, it's hard for us to do that. And like we've touched on a lot of things today, and I'm just so grateful that I was able to come here and like spend this time to get to know you, Jen and Brendan.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man, seeing your face again has got me so excited about possibly getting to hang out together at a
Oh, yeah.
convention next year. But if not, I'm gonna be up north. I think for Christmas, so maybe we can plan a get together, brother.
Dude,
Nice.
that would be fantastic. I would love
Go
that.
see a show or something, right?
I
Be
do think
bros for a couple
having
days. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I have a little bit of delay on my side, but I was going to say, I do think like having something at convention where we're like giving some concrete like ideas or strategies to families would be helpful and to individuals. Like, I don't know what that looks like or how much work that takes, but I just think about like me as a parent. I think
Yeah.
I worry about, there's a lot of worry. I worry about Stella also like when she's an adult, right? And I don't have as much control over her. And so it's like the work that we do now is so important for her to develop those habits so that by the time she is more independent, that they're things that she already has in her skill
Yeah.
set. Just like you,
Well,
Brendan, right? Like your
my
mom.
fingers are
Family listening.
crossed that like I
Okay.
get to be at convention with you guys. We went last convention under our business name, which is
Okay.
Drum roll, please. Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah, please share.
Neuroemergent life.
Okay.
So we would love to come back as Neuroemergent Life, me and Lobsterbird, and share what, our vision of creating community is and the strategies that we have with each other to then get there. We're still building out our website and our big dream of having a space where we can host weekend, week long, whatever it is, similar to like convention type things,
Yeah.
where you can have like almost like a retreat where you have 5 or 6 families come in and we do, we make a lasagna tonight, like we do certain things that you would do in your own home, right? And then we learn from each other, how somebody got to that point, right? It might be different for everybody to get to certain points in life, but observing somebody else do it for me has always been helpful.
Yeah.
It's helped me emerge more into like who I am. I don't use the word neurodivergent. I love the word spicy, but I use the word neuroemergent because it allows us to proclaim that like the way that our minds are working and the way that we want to strategize ourselves to be successful in life is just as like worthy as the way that society has chosen for us to do it. So yeah, I mean, it would be great to do something like that at convention and share with everybody what our dreams are about neuroemergent life, but also to share with some of the parents and also some of the other age groups some of these practices. I think having like a mindfulness Monday and wellness Wednesday type schedule like we did at the first convention would be great. And also like one of the things I didn't get to do was spend a lot of time around the caregivers. I only got to have conversations with them after their child went to our class. And then they would come up to us and be like, I got to ask you about this.
Yeah.
So I would love to share more of that with the parents, because I do believe kind of, Jen, what you were saying is like, we need that 9,999 hours, like, I've got 1 hour a month with this group. You have the rest of the 9,999 hours. If I can pick up any hours for you, all you got to do is reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to come in and share and strategize and figure it out together. Because when we work together on wellness, it feels like, something different. Because it is. It's somebody actually looking at you and saying, you are doing so well. It's like you can feel it in your own body, but when somebody proclaims it to you, it's just like, oh my goodness, thank you. I didn't think anybody knew it.
Right.
But I feel great right now.
Yeah.
So like I have to proclaim before we leave, Joel, you're doing so well, man. Like everything that you're doing is like, I mean, I looked at the pictures of what happened in your city, like in the awareness that you're raising for this community, man. Like I've just got full body chills and excitement for how you've like shown up in this community and continue to choose to show up. So please continue to make that choice. And again, I see something on your desk that just like makes me feel so connected to you. The Mona Lisa with your dog, man. Like, oh my God, that is so awesome.
Yeah, that one hides the router.
Nicely placed there.
Beautiful.
Yep.
There's so many great little things on his desk. It's kind of fun. Like every time we have a call, I see a new one and I'm like, oh, yay.
Well, I know what to get you for Christmas is a little desk ornament.
Well,
Well, Brendan, I gotta say for you, man, I've seen you do so well on Facebook. I follow all of the things that you continue to share, and you're just like getting out into the community and also like trying new things with your mom. Dude,
Yeah.
like that's a huge flex, man. Keep it up. That's awesome.
Thank
And
you
it
so
like
much.
it inspires. I know it inspires me, so I'm sure it's inspiring others to like try new things and to just get out there in community and be a part of it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, I think I was saying on one of our podcasts, Nick, like after the last convention, like one of the things I see in Brendan is that he's such a natural leader and people look to him in the community, like Williams syndrome or not, right? To see how he's managing things. And it's a lot of pressure for him, but he wears it well.
I do
Jen,
my
you're
best,
up.
and that's all I can do, you know?
Yeah.
I gotta say, Jen, we've just met, but your courage and sharing, like, no hidden veil, what's going on in your life is inspiring to help many families that are feeling isolated and unseen.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I'm so grateful that you were a part of this podcast. You bring such a light into the room, and I'm excited to meet you in person. And yeah, keep showing up.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you for
you.
being here.
It's so fun to have you on, and I can see why people are loving your groups. Like, you make people feel so special. Thank you.
Yeah, she had no
Thank
choice.
you.
She's always going to be on this podcast. She had no choice in that. So,
It's like, do
all
you
right,
really
Nick.
want to usually voice on the podcast? Sure, I'd love to be here.
Yep.
All right, Nick. This was awesome. Thank you so much for your time and
Yes,
art.
thank you.
Yep.
Namaste, Nick. Love you, bud.
Yes.
Namaste. I love you too, bro.
Come on, there we go. There's the hearts.
Oh, he's got the fancy technology.
Hi, I'm Morgan Jane Starkman from Inner Sense Organic Beauty, and I'm so excited to share something that I love, our Hair Renew Scalp Hair Bath and Soothing Conditioner. Soothes my hair and soothes my scalp irritation. These products leave my scalp feeling truly calm, and they make me feel confident and cared for, and I think you'll love them too. Let's take care of our scalp and hair together. Try them today and save 15% on your first purchase with my code Morgan15 at InnerSenseBeauty.com.
Hi, I'm Holly Louise Griffin, and I live in Prince Edward Island, Canada, East Coast. And I am a Special Olympics athlete.
My name is Dagmar. I'm from Iceland and I love this cruise. And I am 22. It's been amazing meeting those people. I haven't seen there's so many people with Williams in a long time. So, and it's my first time in America and in the cruise. So it's been amazing.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How's the cruise been?
It is one of the most amazing cruises I have ever been in my life. I went to William Cindermock in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and it was really interesting because I have never been to a William Cinder walk, and I'm so happy that I'm on this cruise, and I'm honored to meet everyone who has Williams syndrome. It's the best cruise I've ever been to.
My brothers, I have two brothers with Williams in Iceland. They are the same age as me. It's really rare. They, their name is Daniel and Victor. They're a pretty amazing boys with Williams, and we are really close. And we actually have a woman who is really active in the disability community in Iceland, who has Williams syndrome. She's really active. She's like, they have a show. Some of our disability people have a show in Iceland called Meðal Eyðin. It's like they're taking interviews with people and stuff. Yeah. So it's pretty amazing. I met so many people with Williams. Like not this many before. And it's been amazing.
I cannot wait to tell everyone that I met a lot of people who have Williams syndrome, and it is the most life-changing thing I have ever done in my life. I'm so happy my mom booked this cruise because if I didn't meet Dagmar, Lydia, or any of them, I would not be here. So
One of the crew members told me today that they love me, and it was heartwarming. It was so I was so amazed that they said it to me because there's so much love here. And when they said it to me, I was in shock. Like, Wow, they really love us.
I was talking to some of the Prince people that were in the show of Prince.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you guys, if you guys do not book this cruise, you will never experience Prince like never before. It is amazing. And it is so amazing how like you guys put a lot of stuff on this cruise and like do a lot of stuff with us. And I know I'm not from America, but I'm telling you, if you guys are Canadians, you should book this cruise.
Or come to any of the other stuff.
I want people to know that Williams syndrome is hard. It's like you can't even imagine what it's like because I struggle with like understanding things, and people at home from Prince Edward Island, I know that you guys know I have diabetes and Williams syndrome, but you guys have been there for me, and I want you guys to know that if anybody else has Williams syndrome, just help them out because we need a lot of support and we need a lot of love, and it's
And the
important.
love that you get in return.
We are really lovable person. We love so much. Like sometimes it hurts pretty bad that we love so much and we get rejected and stuff. But we are here for people to understand us, to understand what we go through, because we have ADHD. Some of us have anxiety, depression, and we are going through so many stuff. But we would love to connect with more people,
I agree.
like to help others understand us, and just to understand and how we feel and how much we love hurts. Yeah, because it can hurt really bad. But we love so much, and we love you guys.
Thank you both.
You're welcome. Miss you guys at home.
Nathan, why don't you introduce yourself to people?
I'm Nathan Carlton. I am 34 years old. I'll be 35 this year. I've been traveling on this ship with my Williams syndrome people. It's what I like to do and experience new stuff and, get to know people, in this world. We have many people have been good to us, and, in this world, like, Williams syndrome is just awesome,
That's great.
just to do that, just show them how we do on this ship, and it's just awesome what we do.
That's great. What is this your first cruise?
No.
Oh, you've been on other cruises before. That's cool.
Yes, I've been on the Carnival Inspiration, and it was a ship that me and Mom did years back, and
So was it going to a lot of the same places? Or are you returning to some of these places?
we didn't go to places, we just stayed on the ship.
Oh, okay.
And it was like a cool idea, just to experience it, just to, look what's ahead,
What's been your favorite part of this cruise so far?
The workers, the cooks, the crew, the captain, the food and everything, the pool, the hot tub, the arcade, and everybody.
So you've gotten a chance to talk to some of the people that work here on the ship and introduce yourself and talk to them a bit.
Yeah, it was a cool experience for me.
That's awesome.
Because I wish that I lived in a place where I had some Williams syndrome people, but I don't.
Yeah.
Tell
the people where do you live?
In Cape Vincent.
Where's Cape Vincent?
New York.
Cape Vincent, New York. Wow. Well, that's the thing is, I'm sure now after hanging out with you for a week, a lot of the people here and people seeing you on the podcast, they're going to be wanting like, oh, I know where Cape Vincent is. I want to go hang out with Nathan. So hopefully that'll be the case.
Yeah, that's the thing, just to hang out with people that you care about and you trust them no matter what they say about you. You know, it's like a dream come true, It's like a dream.
It's the best. Have you, so when we've stopped in different ports, have you gotten off the boat at all on this trip?
Yes, I've been to the beach. I've been to one of the stores, and we've been on that sky ride, but it was too raggedy and everything. And my mother said I would never go on it again. It was crazy. Know how people do.
Yeah, it's always just nice to when you get a group of people with Williams syndrome all hanging out. It becomes a pretty special time.
Oh yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
What would you like people to know about being a young man with Williams syndrome?
Just tell them who you are and what you're, what you're doing, It's good to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And how you're doing, You say, hello, how are you? Nice to see you,
Do
and
you
make them smile?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Do you ever run into like anything that's particularly hard about being a person with a disability like Williams syndrome, like something that sometimes like you struggle at or ticks you off or anything like that?
Not exactly. Because I know who I am and what's my background and what I've been doing for many years.
Yeah.
It's what I do.
I love that.
I have to do.
I love that. It's so important to know yourself and to not to know your values, know what makes you you. Is it ever sometimes hard to maintain your you, like being who you are?
Not really. I just know who I am and where I have been. I just love what I do so much that it doesn't even really matter.
I love it. What's next for Nathan? What happens? What do you else got going on this summer?
I'm going to camp at Cedar Point. I'm going to the Jefferson County Fair this year. I hope that a lot of people will come back soon so that when we get back, there'll be some more people there. We have neighbors around our parents' house who live next door to us. Leanne and Bill, they live next door to us. And Jennifer, Jeffrey, and Justin, they knew me. They knew me before we met them. So
that's awesome.
That's how I know that I am what I am, and it's amazing.
Anyone else you want to give a shout out to?
Courtney, I miss you, and I hope to see you real soon. I miss you so much.
You've been listening to the Starry-Eyed Podcast, presented by the Williams Syndrome Association and sponsored by Inner Sense Organic Beauty. The show is hosted by Jennifer Keaton and Brendan Lemieux and produced by me, Joel Listman. All music by Tommy Barbarella and Mariella Elm. Got a question for the show? Email us at podcast@williams-syndrome.org. Video version of the podcast available on the Williams Syndrome Association channel on YouTube and on the Starry-Eyed Podcast page on Facebook. Audio version available wherever you get your podcast delights. So like and subscribe and help spread some Williams syndrome awareness.